চোখের সামনে কত কি দেখছি, ভিক্টোরিয়া, শহীদ মিনার, লবণ হ্রদের নতুন পল্লী, কলকারখানা, নদীর কিনার। জাদুঘর আর তারামণ্ডল, নকল আকাশে রাহু কেতু, হাওড়া ব্রিজের হিংসে জাগানো নতুন বিদ্যাসাগর সেতু। নতুনের দল বাড়ছে বাহরে, সময় যতই সামনে হাঁটে, তোমার আমার প্রাণের শহরে নতুন খবর রাজারহাটে। নতুনের দল বাড়ছে বাহরে, সময় যতই সামনে হাঁটে, তোমার আমার প্রাণের শহরে নতুন খবর রাজারহাটে। তোমার আমার প্রাণের শহরে নতুন খবর রাজারহাটে। তোমার আমার প্রাণের শহরে নতুন খবর রাজারহাটে।
This is Rajarhat.
Tell me, what's so special about this place?
See for yourself.
ভালো আছিস তো? ভালো তো। তুই চাকরি পেয়েছিস কি রে?
কি দেখছো?
বাবু, আমার দোকানটা খুঁজছিলাম, কোথায় হবে?
আরে খুঁজে পাবে কি করে? রাজারহাটের কি আর এই চেহারা থাকবে? এখানে কত বাড়ি হবে জানো? কত লোক থাকবে তখন, তারা তোমার দোকানে বসেই তো চা খাবে। তোমার দোকানের চেহারাটাই তো পাল্টে যাবে।
অনেক লোক আসবে, অনেক বাড়ি হবে, শহর হবে কলকাতার মতো।
300 years ago, 3 little villages on the banks of the river Hooghly came alive as a trading post for enterprising British merchants.
Job Charnock stepped ashore, and one of the most remarkable stories of modern times began.
A city began to rise. From a rural market, Calcutta quickly became a booming trade center, a political base from where the British Empire spread its wings. Historic battles were fought, won and lost, and side by side the city expanded. Dense jungle gave way to protective moats, elegant mansions, broad roads. A revolution in education began, and great institutions sprang up one after the other. Calcutta became the intellectual center of India. Then, like a storm from the west, came the Industrial Revolution. Howrah, on the opposite bank of the river, came to be known as the Sheffield of the East. A pontoon bridge spanned the Twin Cities then. In 1854, the second ever railway train made its maiden run from Howrah to Hooghly with 800 passengers on its rake. And soon enough, the pontoon bridge was replaced by a great steel structure that has become a landmark in Indian history. There was no time to look back. The simple village heart had indeed come a long way. Calcutta was gathering momentum and changing to greater dimensions. It was attracting more people, more vehicles, more trade, more of everything. In fact, West Bengal's urbanization process was being centered around the city, which recorded a high population growth. And yet, Calcutta is the only city in the world where a Nobel laureate poet hails from an industrialist family, where a barrister prefers to argue in verse, a government servant becomes a freedom fighter, and a commercial artist becomes an Oscar-winning filmmaker. Calcutta's unique location has traditionally made it a window to the world, the principal source of goods and services for the entire eastern and northeastern regions. Today, with the emergence of the tremendous trade dynamics of the Far East and the Asia-Pacific Rim countries, with Hong Kong due to come back into mainland China 2 years from now, Calcutta's gateway status has become more vital than ever before. Calcutta and West Bengal have been now identified as one of the rapidly growing markets in the world.
I firmly believe that by the year 2000, West Bengal can re-emerge as one of the most dynamic, fast-growing regions in India.
চলছে সবই চলছে সবই চলছে সবই চলছে সবই আটকে তো নেই কিছু কেউ এগিয়ে কেউ বা সঙ্গে কেউ বা পিছু পিছু জলের জন্য কল চলেছে সেচের জন্য জল সদ্য গড়া রাস্তা ডাকে আমার সঙ্গে চল ট্যাঙ্কারে তেল ছুটেছে গাড়ি গঞ্জ থেকে গায়ে ইলেকট্রিকের তার ছুটেছে ডাইনে এবং বাঁয়ে বাসের চাকায় ছুটছে ধুলো কাছের থেকে দূরে রাস্তা নতুন যায় না বাসটা আগের মতো ঘুরে কাছের থেকে দূরে সিধে সড়ক দূরকে আনে তোমার কাছে টেনে দূরের জিনিস এখন মানুষ কাছের হাটে কিনে বদলে গেছে অনেক কিছু বদল হবে আরো চলতে চাইলে চলবে সবাই থামবে না একবারও
The prospects for West Bengal are growing every passing day. The state has become the place for investment. Planners all over the world are including West Bengal as a strategic location.
I've done my part by bringing along over 30 businessmen.
Cooperation between Britain, British firm, and the CII has grown substantially, hugely.
The 21st century, the year 2000, is around the corner now. Can you imagine the possibilities that are opening up?
Can you imagine what has to be done to exploit these possibilities?
Everything seems to be falling right into place. Opportunities so close to our shores. The welcome resurgence of industry, the latest and the best in urban amenities, facilities, and services.
Not everything is tangible though. Actually, there's more invisible growth taking place before our eyes than we realize.
Right. If Calcutta is to be a key player in this whole business, if it is to fulfill expectations as a champion for the people, it needs a place where creativity and enterprise will blossom into an unforgettable experience. In short, it needs Rajarhat.
New township is being constructed, has been planned to be constructed between the airport and Salt Lake City, Bidhan Nagar, in 2,700 hectares of land. This area is eco-friendly and about 11 kilometers away from Calcutta. As such, the new township and Calcutta will both be benefited, and I'm confident that within the shortest possible time, this project will be completed.
Rajarhat will become the new buffer zone, an independent, self-contained city that will have everything under one roof. This is certainly yet another significant step to develop many more centers and thus take the pressure away from Calcutta. This is a logical corollary of decentralized urbanization.
Rajarhat is not a dream. It is very much a reality today. In fact, it is a planned project which is currently being implemented.
Do you recognize a pattern here? Something that echoes the glories of our ancient civilization. Urban centers were being developed even then, fairly straightforward and yet incredibly advanced for the times. Independence, self-sufficiency, and self-reliance were the watchwords of that bygone era. Today, things are radically different, but the focus is once again on total independence and self-sufficiency.
Here, we have assembled for Rajarhat experts drawn from different disciplines: engineers, architects, city planners, consultants, economists, environmentalists, and more.
কিছু কারো কমেন্ট থাকে আমাদের যে টাস্ক ফোর্সের মেম্বাররাও সাজেস্ট করেছিলেন যে লাস্ট কনসেপ্ট প্ল্যান যেটা ছিল আমাদের তার মধ্যে কিছু কিছু মডিফিকেশন দরকার। ইন দি মিন টাইম সেই সাজেশনসগুলো নিয়ে এবং আমাদের আইআইটি এবং বি কলেজের একটা রিভিউ টিম এটা এক্সামিন করেছিল। ডিরেক্টর স্কুল অফ প্ল্যানিংকেও কনসাল্ট করা হয় দিল্লির। হোমস্টেড ল্যান্ড তো যাচ্ছে, তাদের রিহ্যাবিলিটেশনের জন্য 8 ব্লকস প্রোভাইড করা হচ্ছে। তারপরে এক্সিস্টিং সেটেলমেন্ট যারা আছে তাদেরও কিছু আপগ্রেডেশন দরকার, তাদের কিছু ফেসিলিটি ইন্টিগ্রেশন দরকার, কেননা এত পাশে এত হাই কোয়ালিটি ডেভেলপমেন্ট হবে, অথচ এক্সিস্টিং সেটেলমেন্টগুলো কোনো ইমপ্রুভমেন্ট হবে না, সেটা তো হয় না।
ডিপার্টমেন্টের থেকে ওয়াটারওয়ে এবং ডিসচার্জ, ভার্টিক্যাল ট্রেন্স কত লাগবে, এইসব ডেটাগুলো নিয়ে আমরা কথাবার্তা বলছি। বলে এটা শীঘ্রই ব্রিজের ডিজাইনটা হয়তো ফাইনালাইজড হয়ে যাবে। এটাই প্রথম কাজ হিসাবে শুরু হবে অ্যাপ্রোচ রোডের কাজটা, ব্রিজ এবং অ্যাপ্রোচ রোড। রাস্তা দিয়ে আগে ঢুকতে না পারলে ভেতরে কোনো কাজই করা যাবে না, এটা ফার্স্ট প্রায়োরিটি দেওয়া হয়েছে।
Now, why Rajarhat? What needs would it fulfill? If that's the question uppermost in your mind, you probably have the answer already. We have to take the pressure off Calcutta and of you. If industry has come to us, if in fact an industrial revival has taken place, we need to cope with it, allow it to find full expression, and Rajarhat would provide that key.
Now tell me, where exactly is Rajarhat?
Now picture this, 2,700 hectares of land, empty space, just outside Calcutta's eastern boundary, north of Salt Lake.
Only 5 kilometers from the international airport at Dum Dum. 10 kilometers from the existing business district at Calcutta. It is connected to North Bengal and to the Bangladesh border by National Highway 34 and 35, and to the rest of India on the west bank of the river Hooghly across the Bidashagar Setu and the Kona Expressway leading to National Highway 6. The Trans-River connection will be further augmented with the completion of the Belghoria Expressway and the proposed new bridge to be constructed near the existing Vivekananda Setu. There is scope for providing a railway connection to the new town from the main line as an outer ring railway line has been proposed for the purpose.
Now tell me, what exactly will the Rajarhat project contain? Will all of us enjoy the same facilities?
Absolutely. The future city will provide for housing. In other words, living accommodation for LIG, MIG, and HIG communities, and not forgetting non-resident Indians.
This mega project, New Calcutta, will not only accommodate 1 lakh dwelling units for different income groups, but will also go a long way in meeting some of the demands of this emerging new situation. The government, the joint sector companies, the private entrepreneurs, and the people in general have come together for the implementation of this project.
Some others would live in the service villages that are going to come up around the periphery of the project area. Imagine 1 lakh dwelling units, homes for 500,000 families, allocated in blocks, bounded by arterial roads, with all possible amenities built into it. Parks, playgrounds, recreation centers, schools, Medicare centers, shopping complexes, everything that you or your children may need today and tomorrow. Occupying pride of place is the central business district, and within the complex will be an industrial zone which would have non-hazardous and non-polluting industries, so that you can live and work in Rajarhat. But the most attractive thing of all would be the fact that the complex would have more than 50% open space, room for you to breathe, no dread of some unwanted structure shooting up and blocking off the sunlight and the southern breeze.
Well, exactly how are we going to go about building the future city at Rajarhat?
Let's ask those who are burning the midnight oil at the drawing office or slogging it out in the muddy fields around the site.
Planning work is nearing completion. Blueprints are being drawn up for onward implementation.
Around 50% of the project area is required to be kept under open space and water bodies. The open space in this project would be structured open space type, especially along the Bagjola and Krishnapur Canal.
Preliminary work has begun at the site, and one is happy with the progress up to this point. The pace will pick up as soon as one implements what one has on the drawing boards. Is your clock running? Well, then plans for the project are running with it. This project, currently under implementation, is divided into specific phases. The first phase is due to be completed within the next 5 years, and you will be able to begin living there very soon. And finally, the critical support systems. A city does not grow out of nothing. A lot of preparation goes into its making. It's the same with Rajarhat. An elaborate drainage system has been worked out. Existing canal systems are being developed. Namely, the Bagjola Canal is being re-excavated and widened into the Kultigang. Best of all, Rajarhat will offer you an environmental ambience that is truly extraordinary. In fact, care has been taken to preserve the green areas of this region.
Listen, are we touching the berries?
No, absolutely not. The project area lies outside the nationally declared wetlands and waste recycling region.
Isn't there any danger of the industries polluting the environment?
We've already talked about the free open space that will be left in the project. Now, picture, in addition to this, the green area that would run through the project between the residential areas and the business district, between the business district and the industrial zone, between the city and its surroundings. Are you dreaming? Wake up. This is reality, remember?
Of course. Just look there.
উদ্রাইত মৌজাটা কোথায়?
উদ্রাগ প্রজেক্ট স্যার, উদ্রাগ সেই ধারে। আচ্ছা স্যার, এখন আমি চলি।
এসো।
স্যার, কি মনে হচ্ছে?
দেখোই না কি হয়।
স্যার, ছোটবেলা থেকেই বাবা মার মুখে রাজারহাটের অনেক গল্প শুনে আসছি। তখন ভাবতাম এ বুঝি রূপ কথা, কিন্তু আজ বুঝতে পারছি এরাই এখানকার রাজা হতে চলেছে। রাজারহাট সত্যি এখানে বসে।
শহরে নতুন খবর রাজারহাটে, নতুনের দল বাড়ছে বহরে, সময় যতই সামনে হাঁটে, তোমার আমার প্রাণের শহরে নতুন খবর রাজারহাটে, তোমার আমার প্রাণের শহরে নতুন খবর রাজারহাটে, তোমার আমার প্রাণের শহরে নতুন